Hello, this is Tom Watson, and
Raul Morales.
doing week 5 of the Hyphenated-Man tour with Mike Watt and the Missingmen. We'll pick it up here at in the morning. We wake up in Cambridge at Greg's place, and today we're heading towards Canada. So we get up early and we shove off and get rolling towards the border at.
Crossing Champlain.
We're crossing in Champlain, and
we actually screw up and end up going to the wrong.
Yeah, we waste a little time by going to the wrong place, and then we get in behind go through the wrong turnstile, and then we get behind a gate that takes forever to open, and then one thing leads to another or doesn't lead to another.
And we sit there.
There were 2 hours actually to get through that border. But we finally roll towards Montreal, which is fun because we're going to hook up with Sebadoh and see Lou Barlow. And
open up a show for those guys.
Yeah, we're opening. It's going to be a lot of fun, or it was a lot of fun, but we'll talk and try to have a timeline going. So we get to the Sala Rosa in Montreal and load in upstairs. There are 3 flights of stairs.
3 big flights of stairs.
We carry all the stuff up there and do our sound check, and Sebadoh walks in. We see Lou and Jason and Bob and
big hugs.
Yeah, good. Do the bear hugs all around. After our sound check, we go downstairs and have some tapas in their restaurant down there, which is awesome.
Of us and Bob, the drummer from Sebadoh.
Yeah, so Mike and Raul and Tom and Bob, and some great food, and
little sausages.
Do some sausage.
We did oysters and
shrimps.
shrimps.
There's all kinds of little items that were tasty.
Eaten in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we had to eat fast because we were playing first, and so the show goes good. We have a good time. There's a drunk guy in the front who keeps spilling beer all over my pedals and stuff, and
you don't understand our government.
Yeah, you don't care about our government. Something like that. Anyway,
he was stealing people's beers. I was watching him. He was stealing the beers and drinking them, and then people were kind of fighting with him.
Yeah, there was a weird vibe right in front of me that kind of persisted, and
I felt so bad for him. I watched him get pushed around all night long.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hoisted.
Yeah, very hoisted.
By the end of the night, he was,
down in the stairwell.
I think maybe he might have fallen down the stairs. Poor
Yeah.
guy.
But anyway, he was kind of causing a lot of, havoc.
Yes.
Anyway, so the evening goes on, and Sebadoh is great. That's the first time I've really sat through their set I've ever seen them play, so it was a lot of fun to hear them play. It was a good turnout and really cool club. Mike's going to conk in the boat, and so we. It turns out that
Mike went to go stay with his friend
Chapu, and so Peak he puts us up. He organizes a situation where the owner of the club is also owner of this hotel across the street that's above a bar, and so Raul and I go over and have a couple more beers and go up to the little Euro-style hotel, and Peak and Raul and I are in this little tiny room, and it worked out great.
Get the snores going.
We got some sleep in, so that was a good night for sleep. Peak and I are still feeling pretty ill, so the next morning we plan to get up and head to clinic
in
Ottawa. So we get to Ottawa early, and it's a long day, so we have time to hit the clinic, and
we left Montreal really early so we can give ourselves time in Ottawa.
Yeah, because there's a lot of waiting time in the clinics. That's the only drawback. But we get through, and we get medication and all that, and everything is fine. But it is a long first part of the day before we even load in.
We were there about noon, and the load-in wasn't until 6.
Yeah, it was kind of a hectic load-in in the bus zone. But we get in there at the Maverick, I think it's called, and play with a couple local bands. We hang upstairs in their little backstage area for a while and try to conserve our energy, and I'm not feeling so good.
I missed the bands and I fell asleep.
Yeah, I saw some of the music. They were good, or enjoyable, I should say. We hook up with actually I have I was torn between people that offered places to stay.
Before that though, the Raisinette story.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Raul.
Well, I mean, he said it to you, but Mike comes on stage. He goes, I think he said, I blew it out.
Yeah, somebody gave me the look, that 1,000-yard stare, like.
And so I think when Tom helped him up on the stage, he released. He used the muscle.
He released the
payload.
Yeah, released some of the payload anyway, and down the leg, and it had an odor.
Yeah, there was a little odor on stage.
Yeah, it kind of sprayed the before the gig, kind of put a certain kind of aura to the evening.
But it bonded us.
Yeah.
Brought us all
the
closer
stench.
together.
Yeah, bonded by stench. Anyway, so we meet up with the dude Gordon, I think his name was and is, and we go and stay with him. He's house sitting, so he has a couple of houses for us to choose from. It turns out to be a really great situation, and do our laundry and have a bed.
Great guy. Mike had known it from the past. I think maybe he even opened up with one
of
the bands.
With the Minutemen. Honest Engine.
Honest Engine, yeah.
Yeah, and his buddy Jim. Oh man. Anyway, so his buddy gets some pizza later on. Like, we get some pizza at like 3 in the morning and fall asleep on a dough and cheese, kind of high. But anyway, so the evening disappears into the dark, and we wake up and get on the road to Toronto. And this is a special day because it's Raul's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Raul's birthday. I'm doing all the talking. Anyway, so we're going to the legendary Horseshoe Tavern, which we played many times, almost every time we come through. And we played here like 8 months ago with Lou Barlow and Wyoke. And
coincidentally, Wyoke happens to be in town playing just right down the street.
That's right.
From where we're going to be, and they send over the woman who's coordinating their show named Daria.
Daria, not Daria, Daria.
Yes, and she lets us know that they would love to have dinner with us and see us.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, again, we do miss the opening band, the Greys, but we have a great dinner, Vietnamese dinner with Wyoke and some of their crew, and it's, of course,
a lot of fun.
Beautiful to see them.
Great to see them. Lovely people. That's kind of almost such an understatement. It's a joke.
Yeah, so check them out if you get a chance. Wyoke.
Please. And if this is Wyoke listening to this,
we love you.
We love you and miss you. Anyway, so we're moving on.
Good show.
Excellent show.
Really good show. Sold out at the Horseshoe.
The Dearly Beloved played, and they were rockin' band.
Garage rockin' kind of band.
Neva singer we met, and they're nice people.
Yeah. Some
locals.
Some drunken chaos up front though with some slam dancers.
Yeah.
Which was really funny. They were trying to slam dance to the quietest part of our songs, pushing the buddies around, trying to get the pit started.
Yeah, reliving the past.
And then, so we go to do our encore set, and they're doing stage diving.
Yeah.
And one guy jumps on stage and almost knocks the drum set over.
Yeah, I think there was a head to the monitor.
Yeah, and then his buddy jumped up, and I could see he's going to go, tackle Mike.
Yeah.
And maybe loving embrace or whatever.
Yeah.
But I kind of give him a look and just don't fucking do it.
Don't you dare.
And he I felt guilty. He cowered off the stage.
Yeah.
But
we
can't have that happen, and Mike's got a bad knee. So.
Yeah. And actually, in the course of all this, Peak steps through a hole in the stage, which I didn't see, but she damaged one of her lenses on her cameras, so that was a bit of a casualty of that little moment of craziness.
And that also another funny thing, during the encore set, Mike happens to mention to the crowd that it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So these guys drunkenly sing me happy birthday. It's got to be the worst rendition.
The most pitiful version
song
on record.
I've ever heard. But still, thank you.
Yeah,
to do it.
Kind for them to try.
I could smell the love.
Yeah, the alcohol. Anyway, so we head back after the gig. We go back to Kathy's place.
We also met the Go Team.
Oh yeah, the Go Team. 3 of the guys, the 3 men of the Go Team.
Yeah, good friends
happened to be
Watts.
in town.
They were doing a show the day after, so they came straight from the airport to come see us play.
Yeah, that's nice of them, and it was cool to meet them. And you might be able to see a picture on the Watts page or something.
Yeah, I think he just put it up today.
Okay. So we go to Kathy's, and we park the van in a parking lot, like a pay parking lot,
maybe
which
like
was
four or 5 blocks away.
4 or 5 kind of little distance from the house.
Yeah, it makes me kind of nervous.
It's a little weird
being so far.
Yeah, but I think everything did turn out fine. But let's keep on the timeline here. We do end up having popcorn and whiskey at
many
Kathy's.
pots of
I think 3 big bowls of popcorn and the little dog was fun to play with, and I don't remember the name, but little dog. We'll go with that. Anyway,
Kathy
so
was a cool lady too.
very nice. We got up and
Sweet to
we didn't
us.
have to rush out of there too early, so we kind of had a little morning hangout, coffee, etc. And we have to head to the border
Back to the
again.
States
So
again.
we head towards Niagara Falls and go over one of the bridges there. And there's a little bit of a plug. A lot of people trying to get over, but it goes pretty smooth. We don't get pulled over and searched or anything, which is nice.
Yeah, the guy looks in the back really quick.
Yeah, lets us through.
Lets
So
us through.
we're on our way to Pittsburgh.
To go play a place called the Brilla Box.
The Brilla Box, in
Yes.
reference to the Warhol, history, him coming from Pittsburgh and everything.
And we're also going to meet back up with Bob Stiers.
That's right, the
who's
merch
selling
man,
merch.
Bob.
He, in Cambridge, he
Yeah.
ended up renting a car
Yeah,
and then decided that he was going to drive himself and the merchandise to Pittsburgh and meet us there 3 days later.
right. And so we didn't have to worry about tariff or anything on the merchandise. So we do meet up with Bob, and actually, before we meet up with Bob, we go to the Brillo Box and load in up the stairs. It's a cool place, has a cafe downstairs, cafe bar.
Oh, but there's a gift on stage.
There is a gift on stage.
Yes.
Tell them about it, Raul.
Well, the gift, I've been here one time with Mike before, and we got to play with Ed from Ohio, from Firehose.
That's right,
So
Ed Crawford.
This time we didn't know what was going to happen, if he was going to make it. We hadn't heard from him. But so we go upstairs, kind of check the room out, see where the gear's going to go, and there's a note on a big giant wooden anchor.
Yeah.
And it's a note from Edward. It just says, he misses us. Too bad he can't be there, but he has to work that evening.
Yeah.
But very nice of him to leave that
So he
gift
left a
for us.
sculpture for us
Yeah,
to
it's like
find packing for.
3-foot-tall wooden anchor.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like the concept of a wooden anchor, 'cause it's, kind of defeats the purpose, but I like it.
That was nice of him to do.
Yeah. It's nice to get a note, a welcoming note. We play with a band. Let's skip in a little bit further. We play with this group called the Neighbors. They're a Pittsburgh band, and they have this kind of Motowny R&B
Yeah,
pop
I
thing.
thought they were great.
Yeah, they kind of.
Elvis Costello. The
I think you
Attractions
called
kind
it
of thing.
kind of like, I don't know, Get Happy era or whatever.
Equals kind of.
early
too.
Elvis Costello stuff. They're really good, nice people and all that. Backstage was nice upstairs. It's really large. And,
Yeah, they made it
a lot
comfortable
of, lot
for
of
us to be
kickback
there.
area.
And another
show goes
sold out
well.
show too.
Yeah.
It was really
It's
cool.
nice.
Lots of nice people. Lots of attentive people.
Yeah.
Except for the guy who was
Well,
hanging out in front of you.
he was a little too attentive. He really wanted to know what kind of guitar I was playing, but it was a little
Screaming it.
distracting. So anyway, we move on.
Well, no, we ended up giving him the microphone actually.
Yeah.
And we let him talk.
He goes, "That's not an SG." So.
No shit.
Anyway, so yeah, whatever. People are excited. It's nice. So we're going to stay with some friends that have a band called Tobacco, Tom and Mo, and they live in the house together, and we end up going over and staying with them, and it turns out it's really comfortable. And Raul got the bed upstairs. I got the floor by the piano. Mike was up rather late.
Fitz Brown is going down.
Well, he had a lot of information he wished to share. And I put earplugs in and drifted away rather quickly. But I did hear little, crescendos every now and then of excitement. So,
Orwellian.
yeah, Orwellian kind of thing.
Beautiful people though, a great house.
Yeah, Tom and Mo were very nice to us
And especially
house us.
they were about to go out on tour too, 2-3 days
They're out,
later. I
yeah,
think.
they're out now, in fact.
So for them to take the time to do that.
Yeah, that was great. So we get up early. We planned to change the oil, but last minute we feel a little uncomfortable about the circumstance, and so we just decided to go get Bob, who is at the
Hertz
Hertz
place.
rental place. So,
Yeah, I guess on the telephone the guy was being kind of a jerk to Mike.
or it's just like weird vibe.
So he got a weird feeling and decided we would maybe do it the next day and skip out
Yeah.
of town and just grab Bob.
Yeah, so instead of taking care of certain things in the morning, we decided to get to Cleveland and meet up with Demos, we can go and hang at his house before we have to load and deal with the club. So we go there early, and of course he has
shouts us
food.
big time.
Yeah, he's got plenty of food, like always.
Giant tuna steaks,
Tuna
jerk
steaks,
style.
meat steaks, all kinds of steaks. And he also helps Raul and I, takes us to the post office. I send off a my broken phone back to the insurance, and Raul gets to send off some
mail some stuff home.
Yeah. And anyway, so we eat at Demos's before we head to the grog shop, and there's some rain, it's cold, and we meet up with Chris and Mel, who are there to record the show, and we usually see them in Cleveland
every
and
time
Detroit.
we play this area.
Yeah.
They come through to tape for us.
Yeah, it's great. And grog shop's sometimes a trip to play because it has kind of a dead sound to it.
Yeah, not a very good stage sound at all.
But it's chicky. Some people say it sounds great in front, so, well, that's really what matters.
You just kind of got to work it.
And sometimes it's hard on stage. Even though they do good sound there, they know what they're doing. It has nothing to do with that. It's just kind of the dead sound in the room. And I see a good friend of mine, Tim Carroll, who comes up. He's used to play guitar in the Dicks and Tragic Mulatto. I knew him in San Francisco, and it's great to see his face again. We have a really nice talk. And
yeah, he was great to me. That was a treat.
Yeah, it was really cool. And we got to see John Petkovich again, the singer from Cobra Verde, among other things. I don't want to brand him with that, that one. I don't want him to wear that hat only, but
no, he's a talented dude.
Very talented, multi-talented. Where are we? We also see Uncle Ray.
Oh, that was great too.
Good buddy.
Yeah, he goes back to Demos's with us.
Yeah, like he has in the past, and
he hangs out. Going back to Demos's is great too.
Yeah, going back to Demos's after the gig works out really good.
He makes his own beer. Had the hot tub bubbling for us.
Food, anything you could wish for.
So we got a little booze.
Finches, little birds tweeting everywhere. He also has a couple of kids sleeping upstairs, so we're trying to be cautious and quiet.
I didn't even think about that.
Actually, I fell asleep on the bed and woke up at 4 with my clothes on, so I was really, I didn't go in. I regret that. I regret a few things in life. That's one of them. But I did change my clothes into my sleeping clothes after that and went back to sleep. So we get up and we head to Detroit. We leave Demos a note, and before that, Mike and I go get the oil changed.
Yeah, so that happened.
And that took a couple hours. So we went to the largest Ford dealership under one roof and had that done. Took a couple hours and headed back to Demos's and hooked up with everyone and got in the van and rolled. And it's not that far to Detroit, but it's a good drive.
Well, before we rolled, too, we had that little dilemma of finding the stage shirt.
We misplaced Mike's shirt, or it didn't get out of the laundry or into the laundry. It was somewhere in
that was Demos, lost in limbo.
Yeah, it was in limbo.
It was stuck in the chute.
We
found it unwashed.
Laundry chute. So we get that shirt. That was nice. We head to the Magic Box in Detroit, which actually is a suburb of Detroit called Ferndale.
Before that, we went to People's Records.
Yeah, we stopped at a cool R&B soul record shop. That was a lot of punk rock too and jazz. All vinyl. I think virtually all vinyl.
Yeah, I didn't see a CD in the house.
I did see one CD taped to the wall, but I think it was just for decoration.
What not to do.
What not to do.
What
yeah.
not to buy.
Yeah, what it wasn't there. So to show you what wasn't there. Also, we're going to stay at Bob Teagan's place like we usually do, but he's out of town, so Chris and Mel get the keys for us, and we in order for us to go and stay there after the gig. So the show in Ferndale, we actually before the show we walk around, we just do the sound check thing.
Check out the neighborhood a little bit.
We
ate at the Fly Trap.
The Fly Trap, yes. I had macaroni and cheese.
I had a really good pho bowl. Some tofu. Pho.
Yeah, and that was cool.
It had some spice to it. It was better than the one I had in Toronto at the Vietnamese place.
Wow, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Well said, by the way. The gig goes good. We played with those guys. Destroy this place. Yeah, local dudes. They live very close to the club, they said, and they were kind of power pop.
Midwest punk sound. Like Replacements, kind of.
Yeah, hooky pop. And we head to Bob Teagan's after the gig.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah.
20-minute drive, maybe.
Yeah, it's nice to have like a suburban home to go to, we're familiar with, and even though Bob's not there, it was nice to have that home feeling, even though it's kind of a little chaotic in a certain way. It's not your typical, not typically furnished in any way.
He's probably has taped every indie show since 19.
There are thousands of videotapes. Let's put it that way, and they're in every room. So in probably every cabinet,
cupboard,
in the kitchen.
You look for a cup in a Sonic Youth video, falls out.
Yeah, But it was nice to be there, and
Chris and Mel also stocked the fridge.
yeah,
and
they
stuff
had
for
some
us.
food for us, which is great.
Thanks
Very
to
nice
them,
people.
Some beers and some foods.
And then we get up and head to Indianapolis, which is 5 hours.
Yeah.
Did you say? Not too far. We drive south and we head through Ohio and cut over to Indianapolis, and a lot of state roads, so they're smaller. And by the time we get to Indianapolis, it's 3:30, something like that, and it's kind of a little gentrified part of town.
But still shut down. It was kind of
a little shut down.
Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah.
Nothing was open.
Things were there, but they weren't open for some reason. But we're playing a place called Radio, and Tufty and Ronnie are the proprietors, and Tufty's from Liverpool, so have a fun time talking to him about his accent and football, and Ronnie is super nice and explains the history of the club and what they're doing, and they seem like very active and interesting people.
It was a great
and
place.
cool
They had
little
it really
vibe.
together.
Good scene that they've been, helped create there. The evening goes on. The band.
What was that karaoke band that played? J.J. Pierce.
J.J. Pearson, yeah. I wouldn't call them karaoke. It's just
Okay.
that they did covers. They did a lot of covers. They're punk, kind of pop punk, power punk, sing along, but covers. And I'm not sure if there were originals in there too. Couldn't really tell, but they're nice people. And
Well, they even covered U2.
there was a U2 song, I believe. They went all across the board, and I think we played pretty good. It was fun.
It was a really good
It was
gig.
a good show. A lot of people.
Good
But we
sound.
pack up. It's like we play and then we pack up and we go. And we meet some people, but then we have to get
doing
going.
the set is half the job, and the other half is
moving the crap.
we start packing up as soon as we're done.
Yeah. And Bob is still kind of getting back into the swing of merch and all that, so we're trying to figure out a more streamlined way to keep everything rolling smoothly, and
Yeah, was that Kemp who actually helped?
Kemp, it's someone from Vincennes, Indiana, who's been like at every Fire Hose and Mike Watt gig since the last 20 years or something.
He drove down to help us out, and then helping out Bob a lot by carrying all the merchandise.
That was really nice of him. And we head to a guy named Mike Cole's place out in Fishers, Indiana, which is a little bit outside of town, which is great because we love the suburban neighborhoods.
The suburban home, very safe.
And super nice guy. We had Raul and I share one of the little beds upstairs, like the children's room, something like that. And I think I go right to sleep.
Well, yeah. You did.
I think
threw
I
some
did.
laundry in, I think.
We did a little laundry.
Some laundry,
And we're pretty much at the end of week 5 here. I don't know, because once the head hits the pillow, that's the end.
Doesn't sound very punk
So,
rock.
that's showbiz. Anyway, I want to thank Raul Morales for being my guest this week.
Thank you,
I'm
Tom.
not, I'm not sure. The Missing Men together.
I was a week behind on Diamond.
And so this is helping both of us, and we'll check in next time. All right.
Bye-bye. Bye.